I'm Tracey-Anne from Tracey-Anne Coaching, and I just wanted to do a post on how to stop worrying because I find a lot of people ask me this question. I want to go through a few points that I use when I want to stop worrying. Understand that actually everybody worries. We all worry about things. The worry that I'm talking about is when it all gets a bit too much. One of the things you can do is stop describing yourself as a worrier. Quite often we'll say, oh, you know, I just worry about these things. Or Bob might say, I'm just an angry person. So it's really important when we describe ourselves as something, we do it as something positive. Oh, I'm somebody that just loves to spend time with people, or I'm somebody that can really offer great advice, that sort of thing. So use something positive. Stop describing yourself as a worrier. Remember that the moment will pass. This isn't going to last forever. Some worry is completely warranted. You really need to remind yourself, and you do have to be strong when you do this, so you have to describe yourself as someone who is strong and say, this moment will pass, and breathe. To go along with that as well, change how you talk to yourself. So I'm talking about that internal chatter that we have going on quite often. You know, the sort that goes, oh, I can't do this, or I can never do that, and that sort of thing. I'm talking about changing that to something like, you know what, I can do that. Or, hell, yeah, I can have a go at that. Or, do you know what I'm really good at? I'm really good at doing that thing. So I don't need to worry. I'm just going to get on and do it. Now, remember, worry is a future fear. So it's a fear of something that hasn't yet happened, something that's going to happen in the future, maybe, probably not. It hasn't yet happened, so I'm going to focus on being okay with it. Sometimes you actually avoid that situation happening because your focus isn't going there. Another thing that you can do that works really, really well is contribute to somebody else. Contribution is one of the best ways of being happy. It's one of the best ways of occupying your mind and stopping yourself from worrying about pointless things. Sometimes when we worry, it means we haven't actually got enough going on in our lives and we haven't got enough to do. So get busy, get proactive, get out there, get contributing, and make someone else feel good, because ultimately that makes you feel good. One of the things that I always kind of knew but only really became aware of fairly recently is you've actually learnt to be like this. You were not born this way. You were not born to worry. You've learnt to worry. It's a reaction. Now, if you learn something, it means you can unlearn it. You need to get that strong self-talk going and just be like, actually, I've learnt this, so now I'm going to learn a new way to respond. Focus on how you want to feel, what your body will be doing. Are you going to be slumped over? Are you going to have a sad face? You need to sort of be up, bold. Focus on the kind of thing that actually you want to feel rather than what you don't want to feel. In any situation, I would always recommend asking yourself a better question. If you ask yourself a crap question, you're going to get a lousy answer. A good question to ask in this situation, I think, because it's an irrational worry that you've got going on, let's say, is how do I want to feel right now? And focus on that. Now, sometimes if you haven't gone through all the other steps, you might think that actually you do want to worry and it's serving a purpose and you just need to worry. And at no point in these videos am I ever going to say don't feel an emotion. That's perfectly valid. I think it's very important. Negative emotions are there for a reason. We need them sometimes, and sometimes it's good to just be negative about things. It's when it overly consumes your life and you're becoming irrational, that's when we need to make some changes. So ask yourself a better question. How do I want to feel right now? What's the best thing for me to do right now that eradicates this feeling of worry that I do not need? Think about a question that might suit you, make it positive, make it bold, and ask yourself it and really answer it, and then go and do that. Okay, so big one. Take action on the things that you can take action on. Quite often we're worrying because it gives us the feeling that we're actually doing something. It sort of helps us stop feeling so helpless. Remember that if you can do something about this worry, for example, if you're worried that you're going to run out of money, set up a budget. If you're worried that you have a problem with getting somewhere on time, leave a bit earlier. Last one, and I'm going to do a whole post on this actually because it's it's vital, and that is to meditate. It helps that cognitive thinking slow down. When you're worrying about something, it sometimes feels like your brain is going too fast, that you can't hear that internal chatter, you know, the chatter that says to you can't do something, or you're rubbish at this or rubbish at that. There are so many videos on YouTube about meditation, and there's different kinds of meditation. There's guided meditations, there's meditations that you can do where you're just silent, sat on your own. Whatever suits you, do it, get meditating. But what I want you to do is, most of all, stop worrying about things that you don't need to worry about. It really is that simple. So, I'm Tracey-Anne from Tracey-Anne Coaching. You can like this, share it with your friends, and also leave any comments and ask me any questions. The reason I'm on this planet is to help people. I'm here to make change for a better life.